What to not see in the studio, Kofi? I said, we share that check. Go be my Jay.
Why fresh you coming?
Go be Jay.
Oh, come why fresh? Come why fresh?
Go be Jay. I'm from Boko there.
Oh, nyamia dum. Bibia Boko. No how? Go
be what you or how?
Share. Obia we a concerned citizen no. Say we are no. Yeah, by say we are a quilt. As a society, as a people.
Yeah.
Inti. Onangye oyawa. As I say, wa adwene. To me, how we say wanang yawa. Wasun yawa, as I say, once because ultimately, no, the integrity of our physiology, no,
okay,
will be compromised. What I say, into obia you, obia no ho internal organa no, as I say, ayo or how ma so you're concerned citizen.
Okay, and for that matter, no Ghanaians are one more how more. A lot of issues, is of major concern to you.
Absolutely, it should be a concern to.
Now you are a senior citizen.
Sanitating, you. What will now know a senior citizen by force? Yes. Or how will Krum push you into so we take on the mantle of responsibility? What do I say? Kwame Yowahelmu, the nation is in crisis.
The nation is in crisis.
Absolutely. Nah,
but the government of the day doesn't agree. Say mine is in crisis.
Obviously, because they're clueless. It's as simple as that. The government in this country now has always been for the last 29 years have always been clueless. Kwame, all you need to do, say na debia mekano, me results conscious.
Okay.
Inti would you mechinya? Just take a look. If MPP were doing what they have to do, they would need to have communicators all sprinkled all over the nation to prove say where you be.
Okay.
It shows in the person's life.
And the person feels it.
It's a no-brainer. You don't pay people to come and make a case for who effectiveness. Like you said, there's something fundamentally wrong with Nyawayeno.
Okay.
People are not feeling it. And at the Biamika, there's a huge difference between what friends say development and growth. MPP are growth conscious. Growth consciousness say they look at charts, they look at indices, they look at matrices. Intina Dr. Baumia
with data.
Data. No no because so naturally say what they were friending foreign nationals, foreign companies will chrome how where your business are. Of course, it affects the grid. It affects GDP. But any Ghana for indigenous Ghanaians,
it doesn't affect them.
No, the development of the people, should be calculated on a different scale than growth of a nation.
Interesting. You give me an eye-opener on that particular subject. Now, we will see. Because so far as the expatriates are here, one more a year, Juma, majority of the production and everything we're doing, a year foreign expatriate and a year say Juma, no. A bear affect economy, in terms of macro and then even micro indicators, near be affected. But as to say, the average Ghanaian, that impact, is also a question to ask.
Major. Once you can next plane echo
capital flight.
If you chrome her into the indigenous Ghanaian no mami otonkate otondokrono, how do they benefit? Labonia weighs 60% of Laboni create new sewer system. Into development no la hospital inclusive any effective.
La general hospital
what you say? Into how do you say the growth now more can bahumia ba no abegina ye PowerPoint be or non kwano. How does that affect the indigenous Ghanaian? It doesn't translate into banazo or mampanyin yese no mampanyin ko Germany wa koje sika or dreba or mampanyin yese really to what end, to what extent? It doesn't translate.
Okay, Kofi, you've lived in overseas. What's Namanane for so many years? Is it right, sir? Yede Ghanaian language, the predominant one I can European countries need to be adapted within their educational curriculum. Say you betri tree UK. And I don't know, you've not had the opportunity to see the video. I'm a boy, you know. Say your day tree try there UK. You can call out Asian tree. But we are doing English.
One national curriculum home. Educational agenda wa bruchiri. That's the most ridiculous thing. Who chrome how tree? Who chrome how tree? Listen, now let me tell you what the problem is. The problem, Korea see now, not you fight for equality.
Okay.
Baby, will be when your language in Kwa. Wo ne wo set of leaders na mo mu chrome no. Ni amu fight for wo baby ano. One fight ya mamo. One mamo sa privilege and it's our benefit nana. He, wouldn't chrome, wouldn't you see baby as a Ghanaian, and I know what some a mobo say. Unim dainty. Because near whoopet wa bruchino, wa wu chrome crano, warring yam mount. Warring yam mount. So, if you had a system humming, every year Juma when your result, would it cheat radia? One crop for no qua bruchiri and water prese one for tree in children or mad or horn. Warren qua bruchiri or better crum ha. Inti the inception of the problem, I say ye creator, ye per se, somehow no obia managing Magana for no. Let's take a look at how the problem began. The problem began to say, why do you have so many of your nationals traveling to settle outside of your nation? That's the question. Nobody's talking about that. Obiapa benefits with another nation, say Ghana for say what Tondokno was supermarkets, say what the fufu near they were fufu sent out. Come on. Dainty. Now you haven't even gained the respect. Your leaders are clueless. For the last 29 years, what have they done? Yakwang nana swetutu, young buildings nana air crumbly, education system and irrelevant. Irrelevant again for Bruni. There be a sign MOU will crum ha.
Yeah.
And your chroma crank come MOU no cram and teda. Oh, that ben wakwa bridge what MOU. Obroni bri MOU. What's that? The BIA MOU. A june a hine walk. MOU na ding. The BIA you be partner. I didn't a to me yard could hey Kwame. Say what say with the docuno. Now nim docuno ye. Now wo mami or a docuno mawa. I didn't necessarily call for who's brass on or may partnership na docuno. I didn't the BI and the find a need say you be partner. I don't even a weakness in thought, weakness in leadership.
We don't believe in ourselves.
Oh my gosh. We haven't even created the infrastructure to believe or not to believe. We don't have an existing infrastructure. I mean, the concept. Listen, when you vote for a clown for president, you get a circus for government.
Oh no, how?
How then? No, ubi sem say how? Ne kosi. Ne uhu say a circus. Uwo gold now what diamond uwo banchi. Uwo iron ore. Uwo oil. Na shene kromaye. Our countries are one way. Want me erect one infrastructure. Not to say there is something seriously wrong with the leadership, the thought processes of our leaders. I mean, hey, how else do we want to slice it?
Govi enkomoni ye didn't say ya. Most of you are my engage or no. You didn't komoni say ya. You can't say ya. But it looks as if say we are not putting works to it, Anna.
Well, and not as I say, you see, gradually, no, we're elevating the consciousness of the Ghanaian. Say maybe perhaps this is the time for you to think differently in terms of selecting the right leader. Because the problem has been, say, the people, Nankasa, the biggest mistake, we have not picked the right people to lead us. Because you're so focused on temporary hardships. Inti, ahochire, ni ohia, ni ohaw, ena, ye de pick leader. Adenti, because leader not be man 50 cities, be man 100 cities, or to TV ne. Then, among beng na wo, we are here, why elections and crofoso, gas cookers ni TVs ne, yi wawunti so.
Unless Africa.
Chrome happen where, sir. Now, we ya wun ya me ya, anka ubekwa ko check TVs ne, defreezers. Come on. Inti as I say, among ma started dwene say eno na ameye brei because politician be on my fridge on my 50 cedis na ntama na Wellington boots no oba power or the be charge you because say sika na so the development no eno na odere mouse ade na ore mouse gratification no now you pay dearly for sa gratification no what you say inti say omang man say ye fi ase dwene
and then no be boy to change our way of voting. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. As I say, yes, sir. Listen, in the 10 seconds, I will booth more will make decision. No, as I say, we vote for the right person, and as I say, we vote for. Oh, listen, NDC Aba, and MPP Aba for 29 years. Into what brabomu today? How simple is that? Forget about Nobia Kachiro. Forget about Nobia Kachiro because Nobia Kachiro na yatro. Into wa for wa what team. Watch outside now tutu a watch your white shirt ube fi a obedu fi na yefi tutu e wedu got to move fi na mountain na kumu close to 100,000 people die from malaria infected disease yen tumi nya ho hwe yen got them ya ye kwan ne mere be wo ye kwan wo friending wo twa got awon chen how yen tumi nya sewer systems underground we are seeing now graduate to that level. Still, Lara, what person would discanty, what ye got left and right. Now, what the fear gum, we are say, change your attitude. Who leader don't know who need the right mind. You don't have the capacity of thought and the right thinking. Because Obia Onya an opportunity say, obey fin. This is how people are. People are creatures of adaptation. Woman one chance to say what mess up 100% of the time. Effective systems now would they mold nipa now when your habits are habits say to me boy omang when your leader him sad now you don't deserve to be a leader. You don't even deserve to
who is the right person? Because if he says Ghanaians are not voting for the right people to lead this country for the last 29 years, and unto na year bre was sitting a more at saying see wage near dear wakasunino. The candidates are more present yourselves up for elections. Who is the right person among them?
Well, listen. Unfortunately, the last election 2020 ballot no so na obi ani mo papa. A to Z, Obi anya papa.
With exception of you?
Said na mini ballots, one for my share ballot. So what name say me papa and one for my share ballot. So what you say?
I see.
Mami, didn't you know you me fee ballot so flimsy excuses your friend and G Mensa buy or bekai oh now me vice president crowd by EC best sign signature crowd was in this signature you're forged. I mean, come on. Who does that? What you say? When him near pesi yenti now we'll say young qualify. Now 2024, ebe hu ukrum ha.
2024.
Oh, you say e mebru na ma won ho mene so.
Yeah.
Inti say movement taliban woni man ko be gina nchen. Ye ba be role enya sam kitu. Na so say youth na reba. Erihuru. Ebe do yield point. So what I say, we have come to the realization say eya atro a pobo a bro you and it's over. We've had it. Into youth now sorry. Into youth no so who fix the country. What they say Erebo Boba 21st Takrade and also the whole central region. Kuremu or hot in
and you be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Now say Obia we would jine omang who ye know you have to be a part of it. Kwame wo kra no as say we jai radio to us Saturday now ba dan now ba 21st now be kan ye ho because so we be kan no kware pa nia me ekoso no nye na bia mo no
e da bia ye ka me de bia me ka say de ekoso no de senya bebre na ho enye
na media fo no na wo ho ya metel. I don't blame the media people. Media for na brabo mu ye ding ntina de bia make say mo bia mleme media because who were in them shoes of the media ka be hu omobo media for bre wo krom ha media for bre media for munna say mo rally na mo
fix the country
anya fix the country nko wo boa na mo underground handles are more on social media no mo de meto so What you say? As that more secret campaigns in mammy because more no one who said more campaigns that will be a jumem. As I said, more campaign mammy na meba. Na me be change labor laws. I say media for motor on kakro. Kwame media for brew krum ha.
Media yasam na be king.
Oh sir. Oh you sir. Media for what flexi kakra na. As a won't mean can you maybe a uncle for media for one she one from ma. Na media for brabono. Sanka Kuya and come sure say would you one hoswa. Anka one will bet me a cansem. But one now compromised. From the top to the bottom, media for now compromised.
Excluding me.
When
the colleagues in Libya.
You.
We cannot be compromised. You can't cry just as it is. I mean, regardless of wherever they are, whoever that is.
But Kwame, we get to say media for now back together and was sorry against this government. Anka NDC and MPP. Anka say Ghana sasa. Yes, media for power.
In most instances, yes.
Very good. That's my point in earning, but where you compromising to one can. So I say, and it's sad because near where ye biano, it will come back to bite them. It may affect one. Into media for mon sorry. Na my mo merima mo shishe skets dodo.
We go right to go. But as you go, my emra many issues. So now you need command pay. A lot of messages coming in for you. Into Mekaibi as we move on. But my starting with CDD report. I don't know, sir. When you be a Kenya. CDD has reported, sir, there's a majority of Ghanaians we do not have the confidence of the government fighting corruption, especially under Nanado's second term. This week, Ababeye ho Abeye Nsembebre. This week, so Northeast. NPP regional chairman said, Obeme Kishio said, police enlistment in the recruitment in Inano. Obi a party for Bidia won't mean Kobe, except NDC. And also Ababeye Nsembebre. My year starting with a year. The issue of CDD, na yenkoyenim, the fight against corruption.
Well, Kwame, it's evident that this 5 years into this game, we know, say, if Nanado and leadership, had any plans as far as corruption, Anka went to us.
Okay.
They don't understand. They don't have the mental capacity to understand. They don't want to understand because Famuna, what MPP na Muna, corrupt. It's just as simple as that. Because listen, and yet don't take my word for it. Can the Honorable Kennedy Pon Wabe can reduce to say MPP Fumpen Funan was shake Galamsimu. Mebuana, catch them. It is a more say Danchin Fisu as a catch BBB or friending in
yeah.
Inti Wabeka say MPP Funan were corrupt. What is so difficult about say Sankrofu you throw them behind bars? What is so difficult? Dano Mene. Honorable friending Titus Glover Kushia will radio station biso Oraka Chemisi Walker was sound a warning. How can you sound a warning to a criminal? You sound a warning? I mean, this is the leadership that we have? Come on. These guys don't have a clue. They don't know what they're doing.
What should be done to combat corruption?
It's so easy. Number one, the leader Nankasa to fight the corruption, who lead an answer, you have to have the moral and the ethical right to stand and say, we are spotless. Now, we beside Yempen Fuya, Mahama or spotless. No. Akufo are spotless. No. Into how did they fight? Into how now I feel.
But we haven't seen them stealing from the Ghanaian coffers.
Oh, you won't never see them.
Prominent presidents.
Let me see. You will never see them. That's the beauty of the art.
Okay.
Oko baby aku jina na say, hey, you know me are corrupt. Or say, prove it. Where's the proof? The fact that we don't have proof doesn't mean it's not happening. But we can see the result. Into the result, gives us an indication. They say sikana anku do baby SC do. Ana meboa.
Okay.
Say woko fie na we say wo de aduan si honom na obi adi aduan no na mofra wo hu na ame a obi abeka say enyam nam di aduan so so one ame dia at least unim say aduan no fa baby ana kwame meboa. Into that's the point. Into the first thing as far as corruption no kwame on 3 levels. The first say obia owo institution mu a wopɛ sɛ we corruption fi hɔ no as I say we create no friend say institutional infrastructure. Institutional infrastructure and make sure say obia as so ye adwuma yewo an expectation of them to give us a result no or akade as so di ye adwuma no. Institutional infrastructure has to be in place.
Okay.
Because police will say, well, one equipment, regalia, BBS is what the big answer is no. Because all of the agencies now say, well, what the requisite requirements in terms of resources is what do you want Jumana? The answer will be no. What do I say? DVLA, then, woko honumuna. Say, one in human in need an airtight institutional infrastructure. Once you establish institutional infrastructure, as I say, when your systems are consistent. Now, systems, are three-pronged. The objective, the mechanical part of the system, and the discipline. Discipline is the most important part because they create accountability.
Okay.
Say, the mechanical part of the system works and spits the required result 100% of the time. Here now we call in all the agencies of government who said there's a discipline. There's somebody watching to make sure say results, you 100% of the time the same way. Most of all of Ghana's institutions and the agencies run based on personality. It's not based on inti say wo kwame wo koye adwuma ho ne na ofi ho a me Kofi Koranteng me ba me be adwuma na results be different because they run on based on personality.
And not the systems created.
No, they don't have systems. Systems here a behavioral performance mechanism we insert in a process na a guide process to a predetermined objective. That's what a system is.
Okay. My main kind report in the for the benefit of those listening to us at Opinion. As a survey conducted by the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, has revealed that the majority of Ghanaians lack confidence in President Akufo-Addo to fight corruption. 62% of 2,400 Ghanaians interviewed in a post-election survey conducted between May 23 and June 3, 2021 say they do not have confidence in the ability of President Akufo-Addo to protect the country's financial resources and curb corruption in the next 4 years. Whilst Ghanaians are split 48% versus 48% on the government's ability to ensure that rule of law is upheld in the next 4 years, majority of them are not confident in its ability to protect the country's financial resources and curb corruption and official impunity. And so this is what it means. 92% of the 2,400 sample space, they don't have the confidence of paying any buying a fighting corruption. When it comes to the issues of rule of law, say emrano eye jumana pepreye ebetimi aba wo hiania emrani diu said ya ebedi obi oyo defo no ni nyina nso Ghana for free say no ne de pepepe. Then again, when it comes to financial resources, you sika, you good, you be biano, majority of Ghanaians na and ne confidence and they believe say Omampanyina na Akufo-Addo entimi handle. And no, and a CDD report Akufo-Addo's biggest critics, the opposition National Democratic Congress, have consistently chastised him for pretending over what they say is massive corruption. Notwithstanding, the president has insisted that his fight against corruption is unprecedented. In this round of post-election survey, however, Ghanaians say President Akufo-Addo will not be able to curb corruption and impunity in his second term. And survey at the ABBA opinion policies on rule of law. Medical catcher said no 48 and over the issue of corruption, and so 62% of Ghanaians who are saying it. Now, when it comes to the issue of policies and its implementation, or say majority of Ghanaians, 52%, are confident that Nana Addo's second term and the NPP will consolidate the gains of the free senior high school program. A similar proportion, 57%, have no confidence in government to expand the one district, one factory initiative across the country. 52% of Ghanaians believe Nana Addo would do better with a free SHS program say wɔn betumi ahwɛ sɛ improvement on the shortcomings na shortfalls no ebetumi aba. And then on the other hand, 57% lack the confidence. Say one district, one factory policy, ebetumi akoso to a successful end. And that is what the report is being given us, and then it's been reported by CDD. And only report in the Moon 70. Kofi, Mamenko Ahomani so na menko yesa ejuma we emra. Peter Ewa Homas wano executive director at the Institute for Education Studies. Na mini nisa nkomo shortly. Peter, Adapatimeka, good morning.
Mejo
na empombo ko de.
Nyame na do but also
Erade adom. Education Studies for Institute Mushaho.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the issue of one teacher, one laptop. Aban say what this program ye eba to aid teachers. Any more research ni mo be amoye. But the interesting thing is omampenya be the actually a propose for the government. Say sa dia no ebeba dia. I was in more church for Mubetua 70%, and Mubetua 30%. Now a buying so etimia subsidize it. Now I take 70% cost. Mamin Tio on such program and policy, a buying person or deba in their quest to helping teachers.
Okay, me that's it. And this who study the education space now. Who said. Yeah, our first attempt to introduce ICT into our educational system was 2003. 2003, we introduced the BFN ICT for accelerated development.
Okay.
That was an attempt to make sure that we are able to transform Ghana into an information-rich, knowledge-based society. We use ICT. I'm Nema Akoso Fine. And I know a beginning, that policy was reviewed in 2008 with what we call the ICT in education policy. It was based on that policy, and this one laptop per child, fee. So okay. if you study the, by 2019, 2009, 2010, 2011, there was this policy, an OLPC, one laptop per child policy. And Kane NDC abano and started twice so because they about the late barrier do the initiative and NDC inherited and almost rule out that policy. Now in 2012, I happened to be part of a research team evaluated that policy. Now one of the things that we realized was that the laptops got to people and they were not part of the education system.
Okay.
Again, you would say most of the laptops now the laptop now who are na and said that in Nistro idiot. And I would say just one baby when you use laptop because they lack the knowledge to use it for teaching and learning. And see. And one say after 2012, that policy died natural death. Who say after 2012 elections, about 2018, one laptop per child policies, a laptop kit webinar a coat of arms in Ghana flag a boy a system no we are review. When we heard of this policy, one of the things that we quickly said was there are basic structures that we need to put in place because if you want the teacher to use the laptop to go and teach her, then the teacher wants to be proficient in the use of the laptop. And then two, the teacher needs to have all the needed laptop. Apart from getting the knowledge, it's only the kind of resources that we need, especially electricity and data usage.
Okay.
Last week, this week, I think about 4 days ago, we put out a brief paper, and we were trying to advise the government they should find ways and means to make sure that this policy will work. And by the easy way to always say you are introducing ICT into the education system. Of course, the ICT policy of Ghana has also been reviewed. In the education sector in 2015. The time is, I think even in 2020 there's some kind of review there. Of course, I have to check.
Okay.
If we really want to get ICT into our education system, the easy approach is to say you are giving laptops to teachers. But the difficult approach, is to get the teachers to use it. And in getting the teachers to use it, you would need definitely you organize some sort of capacity building for the teachers. Because I have to state, most of the teachers are almost any machine, computer, most of them might have a laptop. So those who do not have a laptop, most of them will not have an idea of how to even navigate simple Word documents, PowerPoint, and other things. Now, check email, go and search information on Google and other things. If you were thinking that should be the main focus, you basically find ways and means. Now, once we give out these machines to the teachers, there be something like a cluster-based capacity building. You be training teachers for how to do Google search, how to download documents, how to do PDF documents, and all those things. The capacity building aspect, and I make them. So that is one of the things that we are hoping. It should be carried on as early as possible. Yes, machines, teachers for universities and others, machines, most of the teachers will not use the laptop for what it's intended for, unless, of course, there has been a sort of capacity building on their part, or mobile to me use a laptop for teaching and then for their personal research.
Okay.
So that is the main issue you put it up. Another issue you put it up is yes, it's good to share the laptops, but also the data usage there can't remove anything. So can there be an idea, maybe with the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Communication, say how many telcos then there will be a special package which would be available for teachers. Of course, the machine is supposed to be used for research. It is a teacher's from a special package in terms of data a year. I think that it's a bit more when they use it because already the teacher need not complaining about the salary. If you know a salary take you to a no pay data. Now they are there or the other search information they are try there. There can be a way, and this one we are not even pushing it so much on GES and Ministry of Education. We are pushing it on the teacher unions. So sometimes they should also take up some of these things and see how best they'll be able to have engagement with the various telcos,
Okay. But Peter, some commoning I come to a conclusion and
there is a release paper just this week, and I hope that it's gone far. So most it's been published. So I know that definitely they would have access to some of these ideas. Of course,
yes, but the American is buying to implement this initiative. That consultation involving all the stakeholders. Has it happened?
Of course, if they have launched, because they have launched it, there are many teacher unions, those who really matter in this are the teachers
unions,
represented by the teacher unions.
Okay.
So for that one, there's no way about it. I know there have been issues about the 30%, which I'll come to, but I wanted to push these things up because they're very important. And yes, the best share laptops, it happened in 2011, 2010. I want to push this first, and then I'll come to the other issues now. People have raised about that. I was talking about telcos, data usage and other things. There can be that kind of arrangement. And then three, one of the issues I have picked up, and we've been talking about this for some months now. Lesson notes preparation. Now, I have engaged the high powers of the GS, and I'm reliably informed that they do not have any problem with teachers who prepare lesson notes in soft form. I mean, on mobile, on laptop, so now actually they don't have any problem. But when you go to the district, most and our researchers talking to teachers, they tell you that when these district officers ever around,
supervisors
with them prepare lesson notes on their laptops.
Okay.
Now you are giving the teachers a laptop, so we were pushing that GES officially make it public that teachers who want to prepare their lesson notes in the source form, they should be able to do it, and they should be encouraged to do it. That is one sure way to make sure that the laptop is being used for teaching and learning. Because to me, I'm teaching any laptop. Now we are at an on-trial lesson notes book and present it for what use. And see, at this stage, we are also pushing, and we are asking Ghana Education Service to issue a policy directive on the preparation of lesson notes. Those who want to write can write, but those who have the capacity and the ability to type and design their lesson notes on their laptops, they should be given the opportunity to do so. For any district officer who comes around, only question or catching the panel on to the
traditional way. No,
okay. So far as why your laptop now or child any day, it should be accepted in any school.
Okay.
So these are the basically these are the issues. You push it up so that this particular policy, so by education sector.
Okay.
Now it comes to.
But Peter, I miss our way for clarity. At the time, 2011, 2012, 10, now we can say about that dano Emma more laptops near the was it given to the teachers and the students free of charge? And now I don't know a subsidized.
Of course, the child policy was free of charge. It was supposed to be given to the teachers and the students free of charge.
And the bar so far,
there were challenges with it.
Yes, but the bar, were free.
Yeah, it was free. It was free.
Okay, so you agree with the fact that they say now buying say ain't free, but a buying be taking charge of 70%, then the teachers pay for 30%.
Yeah, I was going there. So
okay, on that now.
Okay, now you see when we are Juma or any institution, you are supposed to be given what we call akandia.
Yes, the tools.
Yes. Some of the banks, some of the organizations, you go there, laptops and other things are part of the things you are giving. So, a duty of any employer to give all the requisite teaching and learning resources to the teacher. In Tina, who say, are buying a provided lesson notebooks, are buying a provided chalk, are buying a provided pen, markers, are buying a provided everything that is supposed to be used in the teaching learning process, textbooks. Everything, teacher manual, teacher handbook, everything that's supposed to be used in the teaching learning process is buying and providing. Of course, when you go down, they will tell you that sometimes these things don't come, so they use their money to buy. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's the government who is supposed to provide it. So ideally, it is the government's duty to provide the laptops for the teachers. No two ways about that. I don't think that that kind of argument say buying duty. The duty of the employer, Ghana Education Service, to provide everything he thinks or they think the teacher needs to be able to function well in the classroom. It's a duty. But one other thing is why you pick it up and say if I'm working in Accra FM, now my banner my laptop, every moment I'm leaving, I'm supposed to present everything I was given, including car, my laptop, I cannot take it. Now I think that is the problem with this laptop issue with the teachers. You see, I have spoken to some of the teachers, and I get the sense that most of them will not be willing to hand over their laptops to the school when they are leaving. Now, and laptop also sometimes a thing. I think in the minds of the employer, he was thinking, okay, this thing I'm supposed to provide for you, but at the end of the day, it's becoming your personal property. I will not take it back from you when you are leaving the system. In case it is fault, I will not ask you to replace it. All those things now about it, I will not ask you to pay for it. So how do I go about it? Maybe let me pay half, or maybe let me pay 70%, and then you pay 30%, so that at the end of the day, although I'm giving it to you to enable you function well in your area of work, I'm giving it to you so that at the end of the day, the thing will become property. So you pay 30%. I think that is basically maybe the reason for
that. That may be reasonable, Peter.
At all.
Yes, but reasonable. But the question is that 30% na teacher nino ebetuano ebetimi aketa for the cost, because assuming say teacher ni naturally or core retirement, na what the laptop ne ko because we a certain percentage. Eba ne say kra na aban boka. 2 say laptops no faulty. Now, in terms of repairs, a buying say one to me and me question the reason why a laptop no faulty. Sa nneɛma na ebesisi no sika 30% na you budget from the teachers no. Will it be able to make up the cost? Aban be care.
No, it won't. But that is the point I was going. So I didn't say I didn't amount. Na fire idea me person we will school more. At the same time, no, I your personal property. So that is some kind of cost sharing. So I'm paying 70, but because it's going to be owned by you and you're going to have it for the rest of whatever it is that you're going to use it for, no, pay 30%. I'm saying that any justification because ideally it is the government, it is the employer who gives the employee all the needed resources to be able to function. So any justification, but that is what I'm thinking would be the reason behind all this. Because if you apply this to any corporate organization, everything that is given to the employee when he's coming to work, when he's leaving, he hands everything over. I don't think the laptops, as it stands now, and as the teachers are going to use it, the Ghana Education Service will be able to retrieve it when teachers are even leaving the field. Because
why would they be able to retrieve it?
Every now and then, attrition, a lot of people are leaving the system, and it takes. Sometimes you also judge at the channel 3 months later, and even the salary required HTZ because it takes a lot of time for them to pick up where you put and all those things, and you will not be able to track these laptops. So one way is okay. So let's take a token from you, and then we give you the laptop. I'm saying that it's not a justification. Everybody who raised an issue about it, I support it, but I think that sometimes it makes policy sense in real policy analysis. Because you will not be able to take charge of the laptop when the employee is leaving the institution. Maybe he pays a token to take it and then he owns it, and then at the end of the day,
yes, but Peter,
you take it as a form of an insurance.
Ghanaians will disagree because the workers GES ain't retrieve laptops, because sometimes because of difficulties what system ubikra jaya womo finding it difficult. It takes a time and send one more to me who say nipa no ejai ebi a wareta ebi a wawu. Anything can happen. Then it means the systems in place, and you're right, and you're adequate.
Oh yeah, we know.
And you're effective.
Essentially, they will call a salary issue. You know that minimum conform with teaching profession. Sometimes their salary comes up after 3 months as an controller. Any indication. Sometimes every month you are this validation. The headmasters are supposed to validate. And then almost had in the buy, If the headmaster is validate, I call district and I call regional, now call a headquarters. That process is a little bit cumbersome. Say, Obia and where teacher ni when an appointment or baby, the Ghana Education Service will quickly be able to now as a person to return all these resources ahead. Some of them even the common lesson notes for there, so they take it away. It's difficult for them to know any laptop. The person would even need it for other things. It's difficult to retrieve it. So the system itself is not capable of retrieving some of these things. But it's not a justification. It's the duty of the employer to make sure that I could be putting instructions in place. Obey to retrieve some of these things. But as it stands now, that is what the situation is. And maybe
Peter,
I'm saying maybe because I'm not speaking for the Ghana Education Service. Maybe that's the reason why they decided to do the 70-30.
My final question: I know, sir, you don't work with the teacher unions, but as an institute, teachers ne condition na womo salaries are womo delays ni arrears are ebano. Teacher for no can they afford to pay the 30%?
Me to me answer for the affordability question. What I can say is teachers' condition of service anything to write home about. And we all know, in fact, President Kraken tell person so teachers' condition of service anything to write home about. And that's why I think that maybe they would have done them a lot of good service if they had certain how do you call it? Certain policies in place. I mean, in the sharing of the laptop. So they look at where you are. Or, for example, say what child they were say now. I mean, access to road, access to water, electricity, and all those things. It's already you are deprived. Not say about laptop. I think that those people could have been separated from a little bit urban centers now, or more access to internet, access to water, good roads, traveling to schools,
Okay.
And there could have been some policies in place to cushion some people. So some could have been asked to, some could have it free. Some could have been asked to pay for 5%, 10%, and then some would have been asked to pay the 30%, up to the 30%. This is something that they could have looked at, and I agree with you perfectly. Okay. But as it stands now, you see, and permit me to say this, these are the things that sometimes you want the teacher unions to push ahead. Because you see, you are representing your teachers. You know their conditions more than all of us. Research. You see, you call for the pick information, then we engage you policymakers, we engage the media to make sure that this is our idea, this is what we are finding about this particular policy. But you deal with the teachers, you know their conditions of service, you know their problems. So when some of these things are coming and you are being engaged by the employer, which is the Ghana Education Service and the ministry now, it is your duty as the teacher unions, some of the pushy so that Niamano ebe favor teachers, It's moving enko ye bibia keke. Na mo mano me throw my hands in this place to say because you had the opportunity to meet the employer
at the negotiation table.
The position of the teachers in front of the employer. It won't be it's difficult for some of us to even come in and say this thing. But we think that they could have done this, do some kind of discrimination. Teachers in rural areas no very deprived they could have a different package for them.
Right.
No somewhere about they had a different package for them. I think I can
Mami and now was it. Okay. Peter Anti, Executive Director, Institute for Education Studies, and I'm in Edin Kobono, Kofi Cranchain, and bringing us to exactly 10 minutes after 9. Mami Trabi Hona, many of our phone crash away, me koba, many coffee, a betua and comedianism. Maybe this year.
Voice number. Share. Why you know that say who bet me invite players be to say Ronaldo, Messi, and Mbappe about them? What you know that say who bet me nyatinka and want you big games no about them? Onia, what you say who bet enjoy home ground advantage? El Serie A, La Liga, Premier League, UEFA Europa, any leagues a kuku them you know bro fum about them. Anna, Jano for 89 Ghana cedis called you GoTV decoder. Any year, now upgrade called GoTV Max. So, no fear and yes, football if you can kasa. So, open new decoder. Test the GoTV called short code 1731. GoTV, love it.
Drama from day one. Ghana, and you make quack a sending Ketuani and Crown Cra. Monsano, Jumani Sassamana Hurana Moyan, Muntia Dinway pa. Namenka somewhere there and tremo. A year base. A yes, my samina, a ya papa. A poor ropuko na eham. Nasa you fee and Kaya Cantarima Enco. Stubborn stancing Telaman for Topano. A year base. And one more a day. A Jumakuni and Crown Cram, Yasamana Huruaya Dijare. It is a shower gel, face wash, and a hand wash. Amupasamu product. A mamma for body at Tosonia 20p. A mamono. Montoya Bessie. Nayan Chamo Sanya Mudibamu product. Yes, I the shampoo and a liquid detergent. Yet the Hurun Kukuina a help beer. Any home. A fair printing, petroleum, and a leather industries our day base. A lubricant, cleanser, foaming agent, grease, da, nom, and in Yamanka Yenano. And we are paying Tiaman for top. Fred
0574 065307 0574 065307 0559 638166 0559 638166.
Na ye mamu papa noa ne bua fuche baby adie more Ghana at the base aba sa emaburu dodo na be wurasem na yemu na Ghana manufacturers so ebe ye niama eya papa ebe mo business e boom.
Hey, say dear Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who crave me say enunti no manya award wa. Eya world best. Obia transe Emma Dumpem ya de ka say anase boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Asanya want to say ne ekuro etu no ne enkan ewana num. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Na nsia ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield adoromenti ene wasa so le gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory laboratory and a diagnostic machine sa ahwehwe ni padua ni mu ankasa Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic Ewanungwa Dogon Estate Junction last stop Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I believe.
100.5 Accra FM. Papa driver, Utie station, Papa. Accra FM driver, when you be.
Accra, oh yellow. Accra, oh yellow.
Accra FM 100.5.
14 minutes after 9 a.m. live on Accra 100.5. It's Nemo at the Amaminia Bema Kabnabobi and Sa Citizen Show. So near War and Krawo Kumase and then Patemo and Adope Wuti and Yawuti and Ka live a year at this year 99.1 FM. So what Accra Denswa Adope that's year Papa Paisan say Wuti and live at the Fatadi FM so 99.1. Sunyane for Adope ye Checha Munina Munsumuti live at the Fasunyane 88.1. So and I feel in and around the world mutie share edifa internet ne so on Facebook adope yedamunyina say ye chamame fast that be Mazoyi Fertility and Alternative Medical Center mpacho say the omo aye ne say womo akofa food supplement bi ediaba Oyoba opese ubusi ovulation mpacho nkosua na woto no said ye be ya ebetimi aboa na bema ni odi ahia ubetimi afa ye funu no mpacho the obefa no eye fertilizer plus capsules and no any a food supplement for fra Zoe Fertility and Alternative Medical Center for ediaba mpacho a natural herbal formula I no ebeboa ye pa eba no maintaining female health vitality ebeboa ye pa oyoba okomfitri na wote ya wom unya menstrual pains ni nyina no mpacho ufa eye fertilizer plus capsules ebebua eyisa wo haw ni nyina no ede afri ho Food and Drugs Authority for ahwehwe mu agye atumo se eye pa enti wono nom bia ebetimi aboa mpacho open dudu mu atu a Zoyi for ewo eye Adenta New Site Calf International School no echire ho ape anafi odoko wamo ebeni Colizi Hotel no ewo doko Tarazo Road numbers no 0243239534 0243239534 na woni Zoyi for any nkomo anope na mpacho African Vision Real Estate for some main countries as they say there and Sasia yede land gas matchusem any kind of brandtime ni de kika ho nyina agye no etwem the obeya ne se obeba esan se wo mo nsase ne de wo mo register wo mo demarcations ni nyina no kama eba ne sales of land any construction wo mo di mujuma ye pa eba na architectural work and a 3D model designs e wo so mo ye de ma nyina no wo mo be ye e de amount blue collar workforce wo mo de be ma diaspora construction aid scheme ni nyina mpacho wo mo eye ho adwuma eba the property and asset management so wo mo da mufua number 1 until your trusted real estate company say wo mo betimi deliver the best of lands at the amount now I feel one more the best of services in terms of construction there African Vision Real Estate for one more American for at the amount. Pacho, one more some countries that brought you lands of a year 3,000 Ghana cedis is now offering at another affordable chance to become a home owner. One more mutimi kai ema wonsasia utimi turn 3,000 Ghana cedis. If you would di kai at the 3,000 Ghana cedis ekoto asia na wutua ne kakra kran say one more sam wakonya foforo said e be ya wan kasa ubetimi ade ho na wan kasa wawo fie. If you ne fie etimpacho promo no egusu a ekoso wo ye dwadini ba wo ye driver ni wo ye company driver wo ye adwuma company bi mu wo pese wo bua na wonya dan wonya asase ampacho de obe nyina ne se wo di 7,000 Ghana 700 Ghana cedis deposit e de beba na afi enwachi no wo betuatua ne kakran sa as little as 19 to 20 Ghana cedis bosumi bia de obetimi atua na wotwe bia de obetimi atua bia no na wotimi e de abampacho wo pay ye kira kwan a ye wo Adenta Housing down Lotto Kiosk na woni eni nkomo 0203 761574 0203 761574 and afi 0240 165584 na woni African Vision Real Estate for eni nkomo anope womo adaoma womo ebeboa ye pa Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic pacho producers of Bright Soldier capsules and Bright Garlic Plus capsules Garlic Plus ebe improve your blood circulation na etimi ebusi immune system no wofa soldier capsules ampacho de ebeya ne se ebehanse wo libido se de ebeya wo benya atenka ewo wo nipadua ma eba ne stroke STIs any bone setting there Greenfield expert pa no pay the obey nyina ne se wobeko no guadigono last stop Estate Junction na me any Greenfield for Dr. Brightoko woni no Eddie Ensa wo numbers no in 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898 na woni Greenfield for any Ensa wo anopay mame Embra Kofi so na yeni nkomo kakra Kofi the issue of teachers any laptops are one more ebabenya. Earlier on, you made mention of a year lack of infrastructure. Any a year the facilities are yadibe aid teaching and learning in our schools. Me boss video no edi a chair no. Mamintio on this because John Mahama time no na laptops no ocheni free. But this time round no they are saying say teacher for no ebe to 30%. Na abai etimi a subsidized by 70%. Eti mami entio.
Well, Kwame, and me DBA make us say policy be to say one district, one factory doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make sense to say, as I said, policy be we when it comes to institutional infrastructure. No, as I say we and my friend say NBA needs-based analysis.
Okay,
needs-based analysis. No, what we implement policy. No, say we in waste.
Our system no.
You. Now be making sure say the most critical part of say where my institutional infrastructure make can who say ma yenua ebeken ya or the bekan who say we need saniamano as a teaching organization no. And they say we making sure say we need power with this institutional infrastructure na ma ono so a trained and skilled labor force we betumi use sa institutional infrastructure na dey adwuma wo pɛ no. Because eto yi wo ho chima wo ho pe na che say ni ahwehwe no wurinya say na open no inti but before kra mekwe no so no this society ne consciousness a year built say I say government no BBS say what they che oh that ye che mo say ye ma mo say mun a weakness
on whose part?
On the government's part, on the leadership part, because in Chaniama Keke, it's more effective, say, wo be position nipa kono, na based on ono, no ho akade ne baby a wedu no, ono no be make side judgment no as to what they need.
Okay.
But in a blanket policy, say, one district, one factory, you be see factories were district to be because nipa ewo ho say wo skilled labor say wo ma factories no ho ban for so no one no out of need inti one reposition one relocate
to urban centers
sanitary inti one be see factories na be see wo wura ma wonni mufra bia ne amaburu wo ho a wo be ya adwuma no wo ho mpo a wonye skilled so who nyansa wo na mekan
me too
okay inti sa teachers here mo say wura ma obia laptops yi Kwame teachers now on my own laptops no be cry any electricity
won cry na say into laptops no what the car battery ne ba power and now what the ne ba power one hour electricity no want to be second problem they say want to be crying afford electricity no our beto na wa so laptop no and I want to me talk electricity no crampa we need data. Yeah, and in some part of the villages and so network cry for
network
data.
Ni ho. Iti analysis be now yeah would to me the yes our policy ne say we're a teacher bia or friending laptop no. And another problem they say what cry no popi no cry no into me we need the requisite skill set
to operate it.
What did they use? 1 year training bia who say oh my laptop na we bet me use.
But the no can always be done.
Who say
it can be done all the time?
It can be done, but it should be done and sana wama laptop no. 1 year time I with the laptop nama. So it now policy say oh ya drema na muntu ya 30%, na government into ya 70%. Nyanse bia nim. Enye san will build on manning. Necessary we no say we be teachers no a differential no say world government was said yes say we yes say institutional infrastructure. Well, first of all, the government in say provide institutional infrastructure for every institution. Now one would mean yes I can't know the adwuma.
Okay.
But one yes what my differential was one paycheck one salary no. Say one no here and one got top because Kwame yet way we IT specialist. Into what laptop I say what tono. Different from me a minim.
Yeah, we beginner.
Me a beginner no. So I say into what laptop no a be cry was a sika to hold it out. And another thing and Susan say one more one way proficient in IT no. One procure laptops number one hold it out. It is our sound called laptop mana no was say sika. And I one also a 1 year proficient in IT no. One no what a laptop no man cry RM1 because we need how to use a laptop. Kwame, this is a government that make us say 1 year mentally capable of leading us because one decision making in a poor.
I see.
Is so obvious. Well, be uncasses idea become one man or pay and our kind. But how poor this decision is. Not what says Sika, now the actual laptops are mobile. Yes, something in the womb.
In a more effective way, no, and can share teachers now, a year IT inclined, they own their own laptops, you know, Nanka yen tria woman. In terms of differential.
Of course.
Okay.
What do this kind of Tianica? Hey, listen, Niao Pan said number one, two things. Woman want good salaries.
Okay.
Now we provided one institutional infrastructure amount. Problem solved. Because what can't you say what do you when you mana? And yet, fear na what Baba worry says to say because to answer na one way go into the profession, no, one curriculum says to say one a year say would your minimal acceptable requirement necessary will go through now prepare one for one jobs, you know. One go through sa orientation into sa training necessary when you know to me operate laptops, no. When you say training answer. Sa dia me na one ye what they want to say munye laptop mfanya adwuma. Monso munni laptop, munni power, munni data. And so one check. I mean, who does that? You see, can't worry about the cancer what the Bible good side demon. Who call wechi? The government will lead young. Now, teacher for cry, ye war young when I know ye who won't they be input a moon to make a decision. Now, the international negotiations are money abroad. Negotiate. Sanamoko Guy and Nimaso. Instead, they be a judgment debt, whatever tying. Because you have this is a class 1 decision making. Sadi, how can this be a difficult decision to make? One yet the base listen, Kwame. In success, you know.
Yeah.
You have success models. What model what do you be successful? Success leaves clues. What you are saying to be a success, you know. Obi a blueprint that whole 2% we as say we fa a page out of sir
blueprint, no.
Blueprint, no. Now we modify no, sir. Now modify no to send the AB suit to who does this? We could check computers. I'm a teacher. Data could ni ho. We need electricity. What will be cry want to be into yaka. Now we say one news. What the quiet then? What a pound so or a console. We saw any idea. Yeah, me the man we any muntiaka so untiaka and ya.
Now, my biggest worry in this the assertion made say will be a teaching field anymore. Or jai ajumaye sabi wuwa. It takes a very long period. And sana Ghana Education Service at me detected, and for that matter controller as well to me detected. In this sense, say your child laptops now. Obi jaya a be difficult to be retrieve when the laptops are 40. A be difficult to buy baby show say. You need to ensure maintenance near there. There may be a reason to this for the justification. Say, was it teacher for a percentage that it means that the systems we have, no, are inadequate.
Kwame, nyanse biye ni sa system. Hey, let me tell you something. Ope so obi sha this year. Give them ownership to adekoden. Intina companies are successful. We are seeing now. What thrift plan, pension plans are a bind employee. Yes, no, to ownership of the company. Me boy catch them. So I say, into person company dia, not to say company need dia, wo bonus kosoro. Inti enokra no mankrofo no ye adwuma ye. Inti wontumi nya policy bi say we wie adwuma na akwa car aka say wutua computer no so near access because and also create another administrative quagmire. I mean, who Kwame, me boa wo de catch him school fee asema okay nyanse bi anim. Hwe to simplify our process, you give them ownership right from the beginning
of the laptops.
Oh, no kwa. Eyabusiafo na kana beda won so how they decide. But one ye if you see came with it out.
Yeah.
Now the government doesn't have to create another system bioa. Honorable sending crofo etu kwang efin kran na Kumasi ana regional office. Akwa kura na say akoya assessment say file laptop ne bra na hwe motherboard ni shema na hard drive na bia wasesa. Who does that? Not to say wunya and we create a whole different industry. I say wuchia wonka just for that. Nyansa beng the womb. Catch me.
But I also be creative jobs.
Say we nim nyansa nti because we nim nyansa anka obe say sai sika na wode ye sa administrative nightmare no. Wode ye wode creative jobs no baby. Now we factor in sa ownership into one pay scale a better math. A simple math. This is so simple.
Okay.
Just say, me say, yeah, these are the people running this country. Who advises Ministry of Education? As well, you need the PME can say more. Kofi, you are being too hard. Sadi, nyansa, catch them. Me say, nyansa beng the womb. Nipa no kura wun chia ne keye inti on nipe. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's so mama na so mama na main kind messages in Ibia Abba. Amuzu the labs, please. Mr. Speaker, I kindly say a very big good morning to Kofi for me. The lab in Bronx. I don't know idea free idea about. He's a good brother. I don't know idea about Amuzu the lab. Thank you very much. Kofi say Ojo. So Peter Kwamina McMensa said, Mr. Speaker, Kofi Quarantine who ran away from Ghana when the going was tough. Before the advent of June 4 is just go in your studio this morning campaigning to becoming a president. Is he telling discerning Ghanaians that he doesn't see any difference between the past leaders of the past 29 years and the present leadership? Nobody will be deceived by his own copyright and then intonations of spoken English to vote for him as president. I don't know Ede Abba. Peter Kwamina made us a new message. Vigo Via was say, Mr. Speaker, what is Peter talking about? What about if the processes of using an okay, you mean say what about say in the process of using the laptops, you know, it gets paused and then I will spoil, then I will walk. Made us a new message. Positive change, Madina, or say poverty and starvation as a result of unemployment, underemployment, coupled with hardship, is sending most young men and women in this country to their early grave under this clueless government, insensitive one, of course. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo must be told the truth in the face. Ghanaian youth are suffering more than the pandemic of COVID-19. And I will also Ede Abba was say next constituency chairman for Madina Ahaji Fela and Opay positive change say Ochi. In October, Kwame GH said President John Mahama gave free laptops to teachers and students, yet the NPP chastised him. Today, President Akufo-Addo is giving teachers laptops to pay 30% of their cost. Indeed, Ghanaians have trusted this NPP government at their own risk. My greetings to Madi Jibril, Anna Inokte Ede Abba. Kofi Apiedu Ede Abba. I say these are bunch of confused people. My heart bleeds for the future of our wards. The center simply cannot hold under this NPP government. Symbol Owusu Ede Abba. I say Mama Odro is the only face the grassroots yearn for as our national treasure hopeful. Keep it up, and Mr. Host, God bless you for interviewing that woman. And also Ede Abba. Odeneho Deborah said, Kwame, I'm listening to you right now. My problem is that anytime you interview anyone about current happenings, they always bring former President John Mahama's name into the discussion. In 5 solid years of someone's governance, and you bring his predecessor in, they are yet not being fair to Ghanaians. Akufo-Addo must be held responsible. And no Ede Aba. Eric Kwame Duku, I say when you disappointed the NPP supporters and insulting ex-president Mahama, you only insult Mahama and not Kufuor. God will punish you. Obrimpong in Germany. And Odeba Obrimpong, when I'm making reference to you, better say, Ekwam Joseph Ediaba, or as speaker, presenters. Okay, presenters is not helping us in this country, mentioning names and all. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that though. Zach Kofi Ediaba, or say, why is this author? Okay, I did the attempt to do so. Some bin for the about Akufo-Addo is running Ghana now. Why do you bring John Dramani Mahama into your submissions? The question are Obisano, I don't know. Abdul Basit was Zongo, Zongo pioneer Kumasi. Was it? The center cannot hold for Ghana. Indeed, we promised a lot, but we have done little. This is the clearer discussions we need to have, because Akufo-Addo and his regime has really failed. His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is fixing Mother Ghana. Okay, let me go to the other issues. Nanaya Ocheneboa Asamoah Adiaba, or say, do you believe him? Give him political power and you will see his true color. People who got to power as time where they were silent, now behaving arrogantly in our faces. Kofi, what shows you'll be a different leader aside the ones we have seen already? And also Ede Aba. Obrimpong Makai message. Nanafra entry said, wow, this man is full of intelligence and wisdom. May God continue to bless him for speaking the truth. Our political leaders are selfish and brainless. And also Ede Aba. Even so, Mr. Speaker, kindly keep his voice on tape, okay? That is our developmental plan for the next generation. He is too knowledgeable. Kofi, God bless you so much for your good work. Bismarck Kojo Ediaba, I say it was France, not UK, bro. Okay. But that's it for the correction. I think it's I say Kuala de channel AC or France and not UK. Your guest is super knowledgeable. I listened to him on Seglemi issues, and he won my respect. So, Mr. Speaker, you and your entire team, kudos to you for having brought Kofi Cranton to the studio again. Joshua Dalebabu Abba, I say, I'm watching you live from Qatar. And no Ede Abba. And Afe Alidu Gaddafi said, I wonder why Mr. Speaker will always allow this NPP syndicate to come and speak on his show. Anyway, okay. Kim Farouk said, Mr. Speaker, you see the hypocrisy that NPP woman is exhibiting on your show. She has forgotten that at the time her Nana Akufo-Addo was begging Ghanaians to make him the president, he was sending Hobson Adoye and his squad to demonstrate against President Mahama. Today, if people are demonstrating against the president in Germany, what is her cry? Anna Kim Farouk also Ede Abba. Then Louis Maglo, the very last one, was it the woman who just spoke on your network? She should come again and live in Ghana. If she's here in Ghana, she would understand the plight of the ordinary person. Fixing the country is a must, and they must equally fix the country now. Philip Pablo said, I don't understand some people. When JM was in power, we should have been giving him the same support, but we are now insulting him, calling him all manner of names. Instead of dealing with the NPP, they have equally destroyed every fabric of our economy. And also, Eddie Abakofi said, hi, Mr. Speaker, tell the woman that Akufo-Addo should prepare for the next demonstration. Watching you live from Italia, and no Ede Abba. Eti Madam was say any more messages maybe Amode Abba. Bringing us to 37 minutes after 9. Kofi Ewaha. We are coming to deal strongly with the issue of a year presidential jet charter. She say no, and no any agra Abba yedi ewo kruma. Say baby o man paying na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo beko biano. Presidential charter na and no ye Falcon no. Ya paki de esi ho. Now, the new defense mechanism, no, they are making us to understand, say, at the time, I'm paying Echo Germany on a state visit, no, not Falcon, no, they call for repairs, routine maintenance, France, until I'm paying Antimian Falcon. Now, Oro could you tell what this revelation, no, a buy, actually say. share flight na say aircraft no mampanyi chata na. There are lesser cheaper ones and mampanyi betimi afa. But for the want of a year luxury, wakwakofa the most expensive one. And on a Ghana for aircam wasem. And draw making kaya DB ewo Gabi Asarochidako. The Twitter handle so or say Ghanaians a ban cost benefit analysis or mampenye to coin was spending over $574,000 but the free Germany air ban or the 1.5 million vaccines of AstraZeneca and the Dubai. Ain't who is to be blamed? So mampenye timi akwakofa vaccines nabano. Are we not proud of our president? And now the simple question I ask in so they say, so mampenye so kono de fa kono presidential jet na ye wono ne ko ya. And Angela Merkel the German government. And come one beka chene say ye mfa vaccine ma because o the one kasa presidential jet and the buy ya na. That is a simple question to Gabi Asarochi Dako. When the things are not right, near kan wasema, you insult us in the face. Ovi, mami ntio.
Just say, I mean, look at the comparison. Now, MPP former back platform is so I ba na wo kasania de deng ne ha won, deng pa ne ha won. Hey, o man penyin ko yi, wo krade you have been generous. Say, ofa ne Falcon no koya, anka would have been cheaper. Netine say, Kwame, say anka osoma foreign minister.
Yeah.
And I say, German, ye wo embassy wo ho no ma, ye wo ambassador wo ho. Na oma sa ambassador the letter so on fanko na onsi na namu German ho no nko hu Angela Merkel na Angela Merkel on ne nkasa o phone so no nka say oh ebia merehwe me manso na niama koso ha no fix the country ni ade koso ha nti ma me ne wonya bere kakra na me ntoto niama wa ha niama nkoyi wa ha na mo masoma me bedi ni oye me ambassador so me hu no nka anke ahina anke be kosti anke be cvn nke entua because ono no wotua ne ka wo Germany ho
I don't even know the role of the ambassadors anymore.
And American
yes
adwuma say ambassador
they are representative of the president.
We say adwuma say anka president yen na president have a plane ono kwa no nim you friend then just say, I don't even understand. Who advises the president? Gabi, you know, advise the president. And
or Council of State. President or Council of State.
So Council of State.
Cabinet.
Non-existent because me who won't fasu biya. What won't fasu pane ding. Moti wana president have a plane $14,000
per hour.
An hour.
No convert here 82,000 Ghana cedis. 820 million. Sikadada no.
Wo kwa ye juma. Say Angela Merkel and person mouth vaccines are or mouth vaccines.
Yes. It doesn't matter the flight you come with.
Massa. Why are not doing it also or mouth vaccines into no say bra? Inti sa wo call you one ko anka obenya vaccines no.
Yeah.
Are you free? And then you free.
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 What they are saying?
Or the chain they obe the adechewa. Do you have to in fact, inti na question I will be saying and say ambassador owo krom hon na no ho mfaso ne den ana a go tua ne ka o man panyia fa plane Gabi analysis oye Gabi you are disgraceful Gabi analysis we say or the 574,000 US $574,000
and spending on the chartered flight and I would do 1.5 million vaccines aba and are we not proud of him? Because a near man or dear bunny more than a cana or mine boy, you know.
Man, we are so disgraceful. These are the people who lead the country. Now, Ubi Bano because say, me guang fi kruma, me guang fi kruma koi. He knows me guang.
I was June 4th, who done koi.
June 4th, bang, any June 4th, June 4th, then, now Luta, and I said, then, I never. You just say, why Chiakro for can one better radio no so? June woman who, why would to one of my workers me pese me kan ye bi mo kasa keke wan tua mo kanti wo nuanom ene wo namfo no mo rebre eye Ghana nti ne ye wo ha me bibia be wo hodo ma me kan eye Ghana nti akufu adokura no ye yi na achi no o tijina ba bi no hia mo a meboan because oye Ghana ni ba what you say na say ye saadi wo ye NDC ni o wo ye MPP ni o me pewasem say wo nsu be die regardless say your differences. Inti sada sisi ye buoman now the what you ska kakra no akotena radio so now we call in now we make ups and now can ya atro one aware discerning wonnim nyansa no what ya sema meka na wo say na meka na ye no kware
Kofi ya dum pampanso e wo se baby o manpanyi be ko bia no ye man chartered flight ana
and so to kwan because 99% of problems are Ghana ye face no Ghana hey ya na wo anka wonye proud to say a corona by of March of 2019 corona by
2020
and
okay. 2019 for our first record there it was in 2020
okay March of 2020 corona bay yen to me assemble the best of young scientists and my young yen to me yeah vaccine they be a nam ni echin ni e pacha so be my vaccine corona no so vaccine no it's a formula it is why you mekwan it is obi a mekwan wo Ghana obi betumi afam formula no de akwa abrochi akoye mekwan wo ho ana akwa memeboa
yes
of course ingredients no de aye utumi duplicate ingredients no regardless of geographical location it yaden na rather say yakwa yakopa chelsea one man one chain say one ye tumi nye formula na yan fanye yen vaccine it would just say Angela Merkel to Mitchell 1.5 million vaccines who can now be saying say formula mo de ye mo vaccines ni den obeka say ye fa mam kwame I didn't know your consciousness.
I didn't know easy, Kofi.
Oh, Nanya easy. I end the enemy answer be
to get a technological know-how.
Oh, Kwame. Now, bro, here na catch it. Here, what call Guas to say, say, minim so what notice that one who said there's an explosion of chemists all over Ghana because Obia who says this and you have to fend for yourself because we have a collapsed, medical
pharmaceutical sector now.
Yeah, collapse. Yeah, healthcare system need to collapse. In so be a fend for themselves. In Nure more than 80% of Inruni na ye fake. More than 80% of Inura Watoni na ye.
That is a serious allegation, because what casa idea that it means Food and Drugs Authority would have to respond to it.
One research no me prove.
Because almost more certified Rubia Yenumbia.
And no quarry. One say many blisters were lesions.
Yes.
Toothpaste I make toy say na fake. Me no why ye Arabic inscription be wechi my make toy dinner was on. Say na enya papa ingredients wo nya papa because me youth minya reaction. Me youth original one minya reaction. Well, me papa yari de bia ko ba bia so wo pe we dey we bia na say wo pe di fia breach and I'm say na difference be na wo so we dey papa no na we nisika no ato we generics when I'm saying Food and Drug Authority one certified there na so bra ye wo Ghana nti de obeto no aye ma no to nim guase na wo say Food and Drug inuan e ba krom ha pi no kra no enye fit for consumption so nim sa wo je machinya call major hospitals so na could give pathology reports na for how people are dying that will lead you to how people die. And it's so simple. And
it means what they consume.
Of course. Indirect with one physiology. And one physiology ebwe in yaria akum nipa bebre kokolebu ko 37 na kwohe. Inua ye diwogwa so no pii what dey buy a package ni na no anya fit for consumption.
Okay. Yanka jet no de kakra na ye fancy na memfa course no 10 minutes
jet it just doesn't make any sense. Who advises the president? The president insists ought to need to be from this point till the end of the term, whenever that will be. Hopefully soon.
In the next 3 years.
And so
you better grants any loans.
That's the point. The point is say you have grants and loans. You create BBA. We have enough human capital to generate sika here. Inti you would go on near the other yen to me spend sika into young agriculture, near add value, near export, near foreign exchange reserve. Other than no yen focus. They be out for play now the name. Then part the problem. Into the say Ghana for you useless as I yen to me say they be out as we take chow now the corner copacho so obi fa be been 2 months for free, obi fa be been 2 months for free. Ghana for you useless. Ghana for your wadwene if you say ya kwa brochiri baby Yepa, she Ghana for contribution to development we are say. In every area of development, na Ghana for excel. And then I say same Ghanaians and want excel in all these different areas. So won't assemble one Ghana. Now won't you one kasika parliamentarians would the yen fasui. The whole legislative body need necessarily would dissolve because we won't need fasubia. 275 parliamentarians. Yen here one.
Okay. We find out what's near fancy.
Me find out what say edu baby I say Ghana for fa jene. Because yen NDC the NPP for have not taken care of Ghana for.
Okay.
Inti yen fa jene near who say come 2024 no as I say yep ma ya retire one permanently. Ya retire one. Na omangi he aho reject omangi you.
Yeah.
Aho kwame aho reject omangi. Inti as I say Ghana for yep ma ya home so na yet to me eje yen omang back. Neba into Ghana for a friending administration bill. Because yes, this country is going to go into a permanent emergency. Into a permanent emergency because of natural resources. Because Ghana is too wealthy.
Kofi Granting, independent presidential candidate, with us here to pay. God bless you for your time.
Kwame, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's very faster than to be a matabia for Mpacho.